han oído nuestro amor en la música. Hope you guys been hearing all the love and passion that we have for music. It's a form of resistance. It's a form of resistance to be out here. This is an original of Los Paisanos. This goes out to all our people, everybody out here today. Muchas gracias, we're Los Paisanos. Right here to my side, we got Freddy Canseco on the guitar. We got other guitarists right here, Manuel Morales. We got Miguel Zamora right here on the bass guitar. And we got our drummer, Alberto, in the back. My name is Eros Garcia. We're all descendants of Mexican families. Tenemos raíces. Nuestra sangre está como el mole. Échale, paisano. Thank you so much. Con esta cumbia nos pedimos hasta las 11:30. Stick around, we got more music coming up. We got some speakers as well. gracias, Los Paisanos. Fuck the Border Patrol, fuck ICE, fuck Donald Trump. Arriba mi gente. Stop illegal detention. Abolish ICE. Gracias.
Shout out to the people. Make some noise for the people behind us. Make some noise for the people standing in the sun and holding signs. Stay hydrated, everybody.
Yeah, going up there now. It could be either. Yeah, right. Yes, they do. Let's hear it up for Los Paisanos, everyone! Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. These actions happen every single Thursday, and it's so important that we keep coming back here every single week with more passion, with more energy, with more friends. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. I wanted to start us off with some safety guidelines. I know a lot of people here might be their first protest, their first rally. So, number one, peacekeepers. The peacekeepers are walking around here. They have yellow vests, and if there's any kind of emergency, you approach them. If we are approached by law enforcement, the peacekeepers will act as a liaison. Let me remind you, everybody here has the Fourth Amendment right to be free of unwarranted searches. We have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And we have the First Amendment right to freedom of free speech. You sign nothing, you say nothing. Next, there may be some counter-protesters that come up and down. And what do we do with counter-protesters? We don't engage.
We do not engage. We do not give them the time of day. We do not interact because they are not why we are here. We are here to uplift our community. We are here to uplift the community that is being impacted by the fascism that's happening in our streets. Finally, I'm prioritizing safety because we can't do this without safety. Now that I've gotten the housekeeping out of the way, I'd like us all to collectively sing a song together because it's a dear friend of mine's birthday today. Yeah. So could we all please sing a happy birthday? To Inez! 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. That we do in North County, it would be impossible to get up here and talk about the work we do with immigrant families impacted by ICE raids without highlighting you. So happy birthday. I love you dearly, and we are all in community together. With that, I would love to introduce Directora Arcela Nuñez, who is going to be our host for the day. Give it up for the wonderful, intelligent, smart, beautiful, chingona, Dr. Arcela Nuñez.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
In the words of a very dear, respected friend, mentor, and colleague, David Avalos, que en paz descanse, he always said, San Diego is America's finest plantation. And he said that because in the midst of the beauty, the perfect blue sky that we see above us, and above the 6-story building, there is a sky above looking down on all of us. In the midst of this incredible natural beauty, we have lived hundreds of years of violence, of repression, and of exploitation. This is a plantation that was built by my gente, la raza, the mexicas. This is a plantation that has taken sweat, blood, and tears to build. Yet here we are. We stand tall because every single one of us is part of an amazing and beautiful familia. You might have a different mom or a different dad than I do, but at the end of the day, we are here en familia.
That's right.
¡Que viva la raza!
¡Que viva!
We draw our strength, our wisdom from the generations of ancestors that have come before us. These ancestors come back to visit us in the form of a monarch. We are the monarcas. These are an incredible species that travels and migrates 3,000 miles, finds food and nectar and sweetness as they travel across vast lands from my home state of Michoacán into the United States, North America, and as far north as Canada and the upper Midwest. Las monarcas remind us of who we are. We are people with the freedom to move, to travel. And we are here today to remind every single one of us, remind us more than them, that we cannot give up our humanity. That when we are being forced to choose between love and hate, every single day, every single minute, we will choose love. When our families are being detained, violated, we still choose love, aunque con coraje. We choose dignity, and we choose to fight with the wisdom that has been inherited to us. And with this, we are so incredibly grateful on behalf of all of our brothers and sisters from across the whole region who have come today to be part of this demonstration. But it's also a celebration because today we celebrate the Mexica New Year's. It is the year of one rabbit, symbol of resilience, of regeneration. So my people are alive, we are thriving, and even when we're up against war, we fight with dignity. Please help me welcome some of our friends and collaborators who have been doing the work on the ground every day. First, we will hear from Robert and Nancy from Detention Resistance to come and share some wisdom that they've gathered being out in the front lines. But before we do that, we wouldn't be opening a ceremony properly without the unity clap. So get ready. ¿Listas? Listos. Every heartbeat coming together. Every person coming together in unity. Y que viva nuestro pueblo organizado, que viva la gente.
¡Que viva!
Y que viva North County. Okay. Detention resistance.
Arcela, before you go, have them people
How's everybody doing today? Again. All right. Great to be able to talk to you here just for a few minutes. I know a few of you, but just people who don't know about that. There are a lot of us, many different groups actually, Detention Resistance, Faith, and others, who've been spending time in this federal building right behind us since last spring. And we've been there to observe, to bear witness, to watch what's going on, to have eyes on the agents doing work, as they call it, doing bad work, really, from what we can see. And really, then, we've been very respectful. We listen to their rules. We go where we need to go. We don't block. We, much like I would feel like it's better to do something different, we don't obstruct any of the awful proceedings that we'll often see up there. But then something changed 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, several of us got served with these notices, citations. They said, no, you can't be here anymore. And we tried to talk with the officers giving it to us, and they didn't really want to talk about it. They said, you might take this up with a judge. Well, we'll have to do that one way or the other. So we will not cede our positions quietly. We temporarily have to figure out what we do next, but we're very much pushing back on what they've come up with in the change in this policy alleged that they've had, because we think it's just as important here as it's been in Los Angeles, in Chicago, in Minneapolis, and in so many other places, to make sure that we can see what's going on there, because it's very important for all of us, being the people here, to see what our government is doing and to push back against it. Very important in this case here right now. So thank you very much for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the musicians for great work, and for those who can speak also to this along the way. Thank you very much, and look forward to moving forward in this world and making our country a better place. We really need that now. Thank you.
Donations.
For the citations, to pay for the citations.
Can we talk to you afterwards? Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for being here. I'm tag teaming with Robert. As he said, we've been down here since May. One of the most heartbreaking things about not being allowed into the building right now is that we cannot be with people who are living through one of the worst moments of their life, when families are being torn apart, okay? We're going to get back into this building, but meanwhile, we can be out here and we can observe in the courtroom. Eventually, we will get back to the second floor where, and I understand they might be doing detentions again on the fourth floor, but they keep changing the rules on us, so it's hard to keep up. What I am here to ask you is if you or any of your organizations or anyone that you know would be willing to volunteer. We need more help down here. Some of the volunteers that have been down here since May are really burning out, and there's a place for everybody. You don't have to be afraid, because out here you're safe. And even in the building we have been safe. I'm just encouraging you to spread the word that if you can spare some time, we're here 5 days a week from 8 in the morning until they're finished for the day. They could be anywhere around 2, 3, 4. And it's in smaller shifts. If you could spread the word that we need help down here. We need more volunteers. And that's what I'm here to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
As we see ICE out of San Diego, let's take a moment to remind ourselves that when we name ICE, we are naming it in representation of all the state-sponsored and government-sponsored violence. It's not just ICE inflicting grave damage in our community. So to talk about how this repressive and fascist system works and what it does to our humanity and to our communities, I'm going to invite up a colleague and collaborator whose lived experience is testimony to why we need to change these systems. Askari Abdul-Muntaqim will share with us his story.
It's about the oil. Oh, did I say that quiet part out loud?
It's about the oil.
So in case anybody is confused about what is happening with the United States and Iran right now, let me give you a little bit of history. In 1953, there was a democratically elected prime minister who was deposed, and in his place, they reinstalled this individual who was called the Shah of Iran. The Shah of Iran had been, The Shah of Iran had been put in power through a monarchy. His father seized power and he gained power. What Mohammed Megadesh did was he nationalized the oil fields in Iran and said that we are not going to permit Western powers to come into our country and rape and pillage the natural resources of Iran. In response to that, the United States engaged in an action called Operation Ajax. Much like the operations that they name now whenever they want to go out and do these actions in our communities, they named this Operation Ajax. Operation Ajax deposed this democratically elected prime minister, put in place the Shah. Then we meet the Seven Sisters. The Seven Sisters now turned into Exxon and Mobil and Texaco and Arco and all of those oil companies. They went in and took over the resources in Iran. They took over the oil fields. They gathered all of the resources and they were shipping the monetary value out into the United States and Britain. There was a revolution in 1979, and that revolution was about deposing the Shah. The Shah was kicked out, and immediately the Iranian government, the regime that is currently in place, took back the oil fields, took from the United States, took from Britain the ability to come in and take all of their oil and ship it out all over the world and only profit those nations. So what we're seeing now today with respect to what the United States is doing in Iran, it has all to do with whether or not the United States is going to permit someone to thumb their nose at them. To say, you don't get to get one up on us. We took your oil, you took it back. We're going to show you and the rest of the world what we do to people who defy us. And that's what we're witnessing happening here with respect to Iran. It is no different than what's happening here with respect to ICE. What happens is that the United States exports its nonsense all over the world, particularly in Latin America. It exports its destructiveness so that we can have all the resources so that we can be comfortable here. And then when people come and say, hey, you know what, we're not going to abide by these old rules that you put in place that keep people in poverty. Well, yeah, we're going to allow people to immigrate to the United States. We're going to have economic policies that may not be in line with keeping Americans rich, but enriching our own nations. Then we see this pushback, this national pushback against immigration. And now ICE is running around the streets behaving in the same way that the military behaves when they bomb Iran, when they bomb Iraq, when they bomb Afghanistan. So what we are absolutely witnessing is all about the economics and the power structure of the United States maintaining its economic superiority and its military superiority around the world. So this is exactly what we're seeing. And in case, I do want you to say that they went into Venezuela and they kidnapped their leader. They went into Iran and they murdered and assassinated their leader. The one thing that Venezuela and Iran have in common is oil. Right? That's what they have in common. They have massive oil reserves. So that's what we're witnessing. And in case you're wondering where I stand, fuck ICE. Yeah!
Thank you, Askari. We did not cross the border. The border crossed us.
That's right.
I'm gonna ask a dear friend, collaborator, Lily Serrano, to come and talk about why we didn't cross the border and who did cross it.
Yay, Lily.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lilian Serrano, and I'm the director of the Southern Border Communities Coalition, a collective of organizations all across the U.S.-Mexico border that for the last few decades have been joining together to fight for the dignity of all of our families, to fight for the dignity of all of us who call the borderlands home. Whether you arrived to San Diego and these beautiful borderlands today, yesterday, a couple of generations ago, or your family has always been here. Like Arcela mentioned, this land has memory, and this land has witnessed state-sponsored violence for way too long.
That's right.
Over 100 years ago, when the Border Patrol was first created, because let's be clear, the Border Patrol was imposed in our communities. They were brought here from formal slave-catching patrols, brought down to the border to police Mexicans, brown, and black folks. That is the history of our immigration system right now. And since day one, they have brought terrorism into our communities, they brought violence, and they have discarded our lives and taken them. And they get away with it. They get away with it because our immigration system is designed to protect them. But I'm proud. I'm proud of our borderlands because we have, from day one, fought back. We always fight back because we know that our families have dignity, and we are here to defend that. So thank you to all of you who are here today. And I'm just so proud to say that I get to be part of this movement that we're building of resistance. This movement that will fight against state-sponsored violence, whether it's called the Border Patrol, CBP, ICE, police, any of those state-sponsored agencies. Our communities fight back.
That's right.
Since we first started counting, and you know, like I know nobody wants to do math right now, but this is a very important number. Since 2010, when we first started counting, because nobody else was documenting the lives of these violent agents we're bringing into our communities, 367 lives have been taken. Those are the ones that we know of. Those are fathers, mothers, sons, daughters, children who have lost their lives in fatal encounters with CBP agents. Now, the same agency that has terrorized borderlands for 100 years now is the one leading ICE into communities all over the country. So to those communities who are now suffering in the hands of ICE and Border Patrol agents, we just tell them, welcome to the resistance. Welcome to the fight that border communities have been leading, the fight for our dignity.
That's right. That's right.
These agencies have been given a blank check by Congress, $170 billion.
That's our money.
$170 billion. They tell us there's no money for schools, there's no money for healthcare, there's no money for housing, there's no money for freaking sidewalks, but there is money for violence and terrorism in our communities. But like somebody said, that's our money. And guess what? Congress works for us. Congress and all elected officials, and I know we have some in this crowd, you all work for us.
That's right. We
the people. Exactly. This country, a democracy, is built for the people and by the people. So we are fighting back. We are demanding all of our elected representatives to stop giving blank checks to ICE and Border Patrol. To stop, no more dollars for CBP and ICE. As a matter of fact, take some of that money back. We can use it in our schools. We can use it in our hospitals. I know that the resistance will not happen in DC, and believe me, my job sends me way too many times to that place. The change will not happen over there. It will happen here in the streets. It will happen in every one of your communities. It will happen in every phone call that you make to your congressional office. It will happen every time you show up and hold the hand of a migrant who's too scared to show up to his or her immigration hearing. It will happen in all of our communities. All collectively, we are bringing change into our communities. And you know what? When our communities are under attack, what do?
Fight back.
When our communities are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our communities are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to fight with you. And collectively, we will continue to fight to protect our dignity. Thank you.
We are here not to make small demands. We have big demands. And the biggest one of all is that we want liberty. We want freedoms. We want to reclaim the rights that are inalienable to all human beings.
Do the right thing.
With that, I'm going to invite our great collaborator, bridge builder, Amber Rose Howard, to come and take the house. Welcome to San Diego.
When I say freedom, you say all. Freedom.
All.
Freedom.
All.
When I say freedom, you say all. Freedom.
All.
Freedom.
All.
My name is Amber Rose Howard. I am the executive director representing a coalition of organizations across the state of California, including those in San Diego, who are fighting to reduce the number of people who are incarcerated, reduce the number of prisons, jails, and immigrant prisons that continue to incarcerate us, and to shift our spending, our state dollars, to get away from those carceral sources and to pour into community.
That's right.
We fight for care, not cages. When I say care, you say not cages. Care.
Not cages.
Care.
Not cages.
That's right. I want to share something with you today. I want us to reflect a little bit on our people. Our people are a really beautiful people.
That's right.
I'm talking about our melanated people. I'm talking about our black and brown people. We're a family. We have a shared history. We have a shared foundation. You are flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. I'm talking to you about real solidarity. I'm talking to you about the only way to fight this system and to get what we want, which is freedom for all, is true solidarity. When I think of our people, I think of people who have bled, put their tears and their sweat into this land, even after it had been stolen. I'm talking about a people who find moments for joy, even amongst turmoil. I'm talking about a people who continue to carry tradition, even when we are continually attacked and being erased into systems of incarceration. In our shared community and in our shared struggle, we must support one another. We have to stand and fight with one another. We have to continue to strategize with one another in order to free us all. Since the onset of evil European colonialism in this capitalist patriarchal empire, they have continued to try to erase us. They have always used law and legal means to criminalize us. We're criminals because we're on the land that they want. We're criminals because we try and survive in a system that continues to lock us out of resources, in a system that would spend $18 billion in the Department of Corrections this year. Shame. While people don't have resources for food, while people are losing resources for childcare, for education, while people don't have stable, supportive, and permanent housing, the Department of Corrections continues to get increases in their budget. All of those dollars are not just for prisons. Those dollars trickle down into our communities. They increase spending on police, which is, of course, our first contact with this system. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. I want us to understand that before there were police and before there was ICE, there was the slave patrol. All of these systems have merged together and branched out into different ways to continue to kidnap and erase us from our lands. So when I say fuck the police, I'm saying fuck ICE, I'm saying fuck the Department of Corrections and CDCR, I'm saying fuck every single agency that comes to collect us and erase us from our communities. When I say free them, you say, oh, free them, free them. I stand with you all today, as we're in a place right now where captivity is happening. I stand with you all today because we have to continue to stand up and fight. As Lily, my flower sister, said right before me, all of these systems are intertwined. Every last system is intertwined. So when we're talking about abolition, and yes, I make no mistake about it, I am an abolitionist. To be clear, what that means is fuck all of these systems, yes, and an abolitionist stands and builds with community. An abolitionist stays on the ground in community to figure out not only systems of survival, but how do we thrive together, and how do we free them? Free them? An abolitionist dreams up a world where we're no longer kidnapped and erased, where the nurturing and the care and the stewardship of our land is returned to our hands. That's right. That's what an abolitionist does. When you hear me say fuck the police, fuck ICE, and all those other systems, that's coming out of the mouth of an abolitionist and out of abolitionist vision. We can't do it alone, y'all. This empire not only stands to erase us and separate us, but that divide has become so strong where we isolate ourselves in community. Sometimes we think I gotta fight for my people and you have to fight for yours. And we don't often enough come together to fight these systems together. You see, the one thing that has helped this system stay strong as it has been for centuries is that they are organized. These systems are organized, and they stand together and fight for all of the resources that go to them. When you go to DC or our state capital in Sacramento, these people are up there lobbying for their dollars, making sure that legislators hear them, making sure that they appear to be the most important constituents. We can't let that happen any longer. We have to bridge ourselves together under a true solidarity and abolitionist vision. We have to continue to lift our voices, stand with our people, and really fight back. Sometimes that means putting your body on the line. We appreciate all of our allies who step up and help us melanated people in that fight. All of you who are not in danger of incarceration as much as we are, all of you who are not in danger of being erased from your communities as much as we are, you must continue to stand with us. You have to hear us very clearly. You have to follow our leadership and our vision as we free them, free them. The only way to do it is solidarity. If we allow for some people to be kidnapped and erased, then that makes way for everyone to be vulnerable to that same harm. Do we understand that?
Yes.
So when I say free them all, I mean that. I mean free the people who are guilty of breaking laws that were created to put us into these systems, into these jails, into these cages.
Right.
I am a formerly incarcerated Black woman who was convicted of a serious and violent felony at the age of 18. I know so many people who are convicted of felonies and have served time and are still serving time. Some folks went to prison who hadn't done anything, and some of us did. Most of it, all of it really comes from struggling to survive in a country that is meant to erase us. We have to understand what manifest destiny looks like. When evil Europeans came to this land and started stealing land from people and started their genocidal war against our people, that hasn't stopped, y'all. This is manifest destiny in progress. We're being kidnapped and erased in order for them to continue to control and own the stewardship of our lands. We can't let that happen. Fight back in solidarity with one another, build communities with one another, learn each other's stories, learn each other's languages, sit with one another in our pain and in our struggle, and continue to create moments of joy together. That's how we win, y'all. And it can't stop. We have to stay steadfast in this fight together. We can't stop. When I say freedom, you say all. Free them. Free them. Free them. Free them. Free them. Free them. Thank you, y'all. Love you, and I'm happy to be in this fight with you.
For far too long, our people have been taxed without representation. The number one grievance that led to the American Revolution, imagine that. It is time that we reclaim our government and our representation be fair and represent the dignity of our community. We have invited our friend Corinna Contreras, a people's representative in North County. Welcome.
¿Cómo estamos, mi gente? Estamos aquí fuerte, firme. We are here together against the struggle that we, people like me, have been living for too long, for centuries. My name's Corinna Contreras. I'm a council member in the city of Vista in North County. Give it up for North County. ¿Dónde estamos? And representation matters. Understanding the experiences that we have in North County is important. Porque les voy a decir un cuento. I'm going to tell you a little story. I grew up in North County. My family
came to North County working in the fields hard, getting sprayed by pesticides, building what little bit of wealth they could. And then the government came in Encinitas and said, we're gonna widen Leucadia and take away your house with eminent domain. We are going to erase the hard work that you did, but we continued. And this story is not unique to me. This is our story. We are hardworking people, and we want nothing but to be able to thrive and love our families and build generations for the future where our traditions continue on. But we don't get to do that all the time. When I was young, I had the talk. Mija, when INS comes to the door, what do you do? And for those of you who don't know, INS is the ICE of today. But I can't compare the fear that I had as a child to the fear of the extreme violence that we are seeing in our community today here in San Diego and throughout the nation and throughout the world. Because we know something that the collective consciousness is just waking up to right now, and that is our black and brown bodies, as sacred as they are, have never been under our own sovereignty. They have been made and politicized and opened up to state violence. For all of us who have met with family that is incarcerated, we know how cold, how devoid of humanity those spaces are. But we will not let that happen. We are here to fight back. Because our roots are strong and our wings have not been taken from us. So les voy a decir una cosa. In North County, we have been living under the helm of white supremacy with very little and poor representation, even when folks that look like me get in those positions. Why do they capitulate? Why do they give more money for mass surveillance? Why do they sponsor fascism in the tiny little ways that they do? In city councils all over, in governments all over. Are we gonna let that happen? No. Have we had enough? Yes. I don't know if we have. I don't know if we have. There are too many people that aren't here today. Too many people that I don't see at these important meetings. And you know what? I know we're working 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4 jobs. So let's figure out a way that we can come in to these government meetings and stand up for the people that need it and build platforms for folks that have so much to say but are always pushed down. I remember in the first Trump presidency seeing these barriers constructed haphazardly all over the rural areas of North County. I was told for a long time, Mija, please be careful when you go to Escondido, because it might look like a smog check, but it's there to detain you. And now we see this to a higher level. We have ICE agents training in North County. What are we going to do about that?
Fire them!
Abolish ICE.
Abolish ICE.
Defund ICE. Those resources belong to us, and our communities are stronger when we're connected. Because you know what? I'll give you a little statistic. The city of Vista, we are the only city that's a contract city with the sheriffs that has pushed back on mass surveillance and automated license plate readers, and we still saw a decrease of 18.3% in our crime rate because we are connecting our youth and young adults to much needed scholarships. We're connecting families to the resources that they need so that they don't have to worry about losing their home. And that's what makes our community stronger. So mi gente, when violence comes our way, we need to be strong. Our ancestors were strong, and that's why we're here today. We will overcome. And I know you all know this. And so I'm gonna make you sing it with me. Ready? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome one day. Today, not tomorrow. Today we are overcoming. Thank you all for being here. Keep fighting. Go to every council meeting and make sure you hold representatives accountable to your values and your priorities because they have been lost for too long. And you know what? There's a way to fire them at the ballot box. Thank you all so much.
Raza sí, migra no. Raza sí, migra no. I don't believe you. Raza sí, migra no. Raza sí, migra no.
Raza sí, migra no. Raza sí, migra no. Raza sí,
Migra no. Fuck ICE. We are so grateful that we got to spend this morning with every one of you. We would like to thank Californians United for a responsible budget curve. El Rincón restaurant, there's no party without comida. My colleagues at Universidad Popular, especially the Fearless Flower y Alondra. And there's no party and resistance without música. So thank you to Los Paisanos de North County. Y que viva la raza. A bailar.
Come on, boys.
The pretty boys. The pretty boys. Give me the power.
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Saludos a la familia Alvarez. Thank you. Thank you, Universidad Popular, for inviting us here in downtown San Diego. Thank you for everybody for making this possible. The contributors helped us out with the sound, the video, the camera, everybody with the sign. Muchas gracias, everybody, for taking their time out of their busy lives. Once again, we are Los Paisanos, and we're going to bring the party going just a little bit more. Muchas gracias. Échale, compa. Pero ellos viven de lo que tú estás pagando y se te tratan como un delincuente. No es tu culpa. Dale gracias al regente, hay que arrancar el problema del país y a cambiar el gobierno de nuestro país. A la gente que está en la burocracia, esa gente que les gusta el gimnasio, por eso me quejo y me quejo. Porque aquí es donde vivo, chocando soy un pendejo que nos macha los puestos del gobierno. Hay personas que se están enriqueciendo. En la pobreza, nadie hace nada porque nadie le interesa. La gente de arriba te detesta. Hay más gente que quiere que caigan sus cabezas. Si les dan más poder al poder, más duro te van a venir a coger. Porque somos potencia mundial, somos pobres, nos manejan mal. Dame todo el power para que te demos en la madre. Give me todo el poder, so I can't come around to hold it. Dame todo el power para que te demos en la madre. Give me todo el poder, so I can't come around to hold it. Dame el poder, dame todo el power, dame el poder, dame todo el power. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck the border patrol, fuck us. ¿Por qué no nacimos donde no hay que comer? No hay por qué preguntarnos cómo le vamos a hacer si nos pintan como unos huevones. No lo somos, ¡viva México, cabrones! Sienta el power mexicano, que se sienta todos juntos como hermanos porque somos más. Andamos más parejo porque está siguiendo una bola de pendejos que nos mueven por donde les conviene. Y es nuestro sudor lo que nos mantiene comiendo pan caliente. Ese pan de nuestra gente. Dame todo el power para que te demos en la madre. Give me todo el poder, so I can't come around to poder. Dame todo el power para que te demos en la madre. Give me todo el poder, so I can't come around to poder. Dame el poder, dame todo el power, dame el poder, dame Gracias. Abolish ICE. Abolish ICE. Abolish the Border Patrol. The song's about a little choo-choo train that travels away from the bad government.
palmas arriba. Tren al sur. Tren al sur. Tren al sur. Tren al sur. Tren al sur.
Thank you, people. Thank you for being here.
Check it attitude. Check, check. Fuck the patriarchy.
They don't want us to be here. They want us to get out of here. Well, we ain't going nowhere, Cece. We're staying here. Porque yo soy de aquí, soy de allá. Y sé, yo soy donde crece el nopal, donde quiera. Aquí lo tenemos en la frente, no se les olvide. Che, Bobby Pulido, cabrón.
Palabras no me tocan adentro hay un volcán que pronto va a estallar. Yo quiero estar tranquilo. Es mi situación, una desolación. Soy como un lamento boliviano que un día empezó y no va a terminar. Ya nadie hace.
Si se la saben, échale.
Los viajantes se van a atrasar.
Give it up for Freddie on the guitar. Give it up for yourselves for staying. Protesting on this very hot day.
¡Huevos y con ovarios! oído. Por ahí, pero ahorita espérense un ratito más, tal vez 1 hora, 2 horas, 100 horas, o tal vez unas 1000 horas. Saludos a las patrulleras de Fort Melania. Saludos a mi mami.
Esta noche te esperé bajo la lluvia 2 horas. ¿Cuántas? 1000 horas. Como un perro. Y cuando llegaste me miraste, me dijiste loco. Estás mojado, ya no te quiero. Hace frío, estoy lejos de casa. Hace tiempo que estoy sentado sobre esta piedra. Yo me pregunto, ¿para qué sirven las guerras? Tengo un juguete en el pantalón. Vos estás tan fría como la nieve a mi alrededor. Vos estás tan blanca y yo no sé qué hacer. Como dice, me bajo la lluvia 2 horas. ¿Cuántas? 1000 horas. Como un perro. Y cuando llegaste me dijiste loco. Estás borrado, ya no te quiero.
Y aquí estamos en Downtown San Diego con los latinos coreanos. Gracias.
gonna create the fire that's gonna melt ice out of our lives, out of our communities, and keep our neighbors safe from such atrocities. Y dice el apodo de Chona. Su marido dice ya no sé qué hacer con ella. Diario va a los bailes y se compran a caguama. Diario va a los bailes y se compran a caguama. Se arranca Paisanos con la última canción. Y la Chona luego busca bailador. Y la Chona luego busca bailador. La gente la mira y le empieza a gritar. Bravo, bravo Chona, nadie te puede igualar. Bravo, bravo Chona, nadie te puede igualar. Chona se mueve, gente le grita, porque la Chona, para la quebradita. Chona se mueve, el rock le toque, el baile de todo, es un toque.
¡Noche del vivo! Con ritmo y sabor, desde Vista, California, para todo el mundo, somos los paisanos.
quebradita. Chona se mueve, al ritmo que le toque, el baile de todo, pero pies tu trono.
Thank you so much. We are Los Paisanos, and we're going a little bit overtime. I hope that's okay. All right, all right.
Thank you.
You guys want some cumbia, some Spanish rock? ¿Qué es lo que quiere la gente? Cumbia, 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 Spanish rock. Esta canción va para todos los enamorados y enamoradas. Y también está en una meeting.
Estoy llorando en mi habitación.
Happy birthday, Inés.
Todo se nubla a mi alrededor. Ella se fue con un niño pico. En un Ford Fiesta blanco.
¡Saludos!
Por el parque me tocó pasar. Se besaba, me tocó pasar.
Gracias.
Highlights of these things. We're fighting for you.
Yeah.
When they're out there, they're not quite yet.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, it's every Friday. And sometimes it's lines.